America! Tom Hand here with Americana Corner. Today we're discussing the American burning of York. President James Madison assigned Henry Dearborn the right wing of the three-pronged American invasion of Canada, up Lake Champlain to the St. Lawrence River and then onward to Montreal. Arguably, this invasion sector was the most critical, as the St. Lawrence represented the only means of communication between Lower Canada and Upper Canada. If the Americans were able to choke off the St. Lawrence at any point, all supplies for Upper Canada would cease flowing, and with that would come an end to the war. Dearborn began his military career in 1775 as a captain of New Hampshire militiamen fighting alongside General John Stark at the Battle of Bunker Hill. Dearborn also participated in Benedict Arnold's failed invasion of Quebec, fought at Saratoga, and was at Yorktown when Lord Charles Cornwallis surrendered in 1781. But he was now 62 and had not seen active military service since the Revolution. In late April 1813, at the urging of Secretary of War John Armstrong, Dearborn and Commodore Isaac Chauncey, commander of the American fleet on Lake Ontario, sailed with 1,700 men from Sackett's Harbor, the American naval base on the lake, arriving at York, the capital of Upper Canada, on April 27th. Dearborn was ill, and the command passed to General Zebulon Pike, a famous explorer and considered by many to be the brightest brigadier general in the Army. Facing the American invasion force was Major General Roger Sheaffe, the Lieutenant Governor of Upper Canada, with 600 men. The Americans landed at 8 a.m., and by late morning, Sheaffe recognized his small force could not hold the town, and withdrew his regulars across the Don River. But prior to leaving, Sheaffe rigged the powder magazine, which held 74 tons of iron shells and 300 barrels of gunpowder, to explode rather than let it fall into American hands. Around 1 p.m., the charge detonated, and beams, metal, and stone from the magazine flew off in every direction, killing or wounding over 200 Americans and nearly as many Brits. Sadly, one of the American casualties was General Pike, whose chest was crushed by a large boulder dislodged by the explosion. Although temporarily confused, the Americans quickly regained their ranks and drove the remaining British from town. Angered by the explosion, the Americans set fire to the town's public buildings, including the Government House and Legislative Assembly. And this destruction of York's public buildings was later used as justification for the British burning of Washington. Although the Battle of York was costly, as the Americans suffered nearly 300 casualties, more importantly, the Americans had tasted the sweetness of victory for the first time in the war. Next week, we will discuss the battles of Stony Creek and Beaver Dams. Until next time, may your love of country lead you.